If you ask the average person just what Veterans Day is, they probably think Memorial Day and Veterans Day are synonymous. Just another day we honor veterans and have a day off from work. Well, Memorial Day is for the day we honor those who paid the ultimate in the service of their country. They went to war and did not come home. Veterans Day is a day we honor all veterans, those who have died in service, those who have served, and those who are still serving. This year, Jim McAteer, the president of the Sons of the American Spanish American Veterans, approached me and asked if they could have a part of the program to honor those veteran county soldiers who went to serve in the Spanish-American War and never returned home. So this year we're having the service in front of the Iron Mike, known as a hiker. An Iron Mike, just as a bit of history, is a de facto name of any monument that pays tribute to the brave and honorable service member who have been especially tough in a circumstance. This Iron Mike is dedicated to those from the Spanish-American War and is shown in his period uniform and equipment. So again, thank you for coming out today to honor the veterans. We all appreciate the support that you show the military here in Lebanon County. I invite any of you who want to assist with the Veterans Advisory Council, you younger veterans, come on out and help. Thank you.
It is the first war memorial erected in Lebanon County. In 1940, the hiker, honoring the men from Lebanon County who fought and died in the Spanish-American War, was placed here in Fisher Veterans Park, then known as City Park or Soldiers Park. To acknowledge it was the first war memorial erected in Lebanon County to commemorate war fought on foreign soil. There are several other monuments here in the park, including the tank and the adjoining plaque, which in general memorializes all veterans of all wars and peacetime. But I chose to gather here at the hiker today to give acknowledgement to its significance within Lebanon County's 200-year history. About a year or so ago, the Lebanon chapter of the Sons of Spanish-American War Veterans, the Alexander M. Quinn Camp, was formed. Even though they are not yet a member of the Veterans Advisory Council, I think it only fitting that we should welcome them. At this time, I'd like to introduce the president of the Lebanon chapter of the Sons of Spanish-American War Veterans. Please welcome Mr. Jim McAteer.
Today, we pay respect to all men and women from Lebanon County who served in the military. Beside me is the hiker, a statue erected to pay respects to the men from Lebanon County who served during the Spanish-American War of 1898, the China Relief Expedition of 1900, and the Philippine Insurrection of 1899 to 1902. Over 255 men from Lebanon County answered the call of duty during this time, and 7 made the ultimate sacrifice. Those 7 were Samuel Adams, Francis Brotner, George Harple, James Lawless, John Henry Shea, and John Wintling. During this day, remember the price that these and other Lebanon military men and women paid to protect and serve the people of Lebanon County. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce our president-elect, a retired sergeant. He served in the 82nd Airborne from 1978 to 81 as an infantry squad leader. He is on the board of directors of the Keystone chapter of Paralyzed Veterans of America and represents the chapter at the Lebanon VA Medical Center. He is also on the executive committee of the VA Volunteer Services. Please welcome VAC President Sergeant Chris Fiddler.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize our veterans for their unwavering service to America. Armistice Day was originally a day set aside to honor veterans of World War I, but after World War II it required the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marine and airmen in the nation's history. And after American forces had fought communist aggression in Korea, the 83rd Congress, at the urging of many veteran service organizations, amended the law by striking out the word armistice and inserting in its place the word veterans. With the approval of this legislation on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all generations. Across this great country and throughout the world, Americans will pause this morning to honor our brave fighting men and women who for more than 2 centuries have paid for our freedom with their duty, honor, and selfless sacrifices. It's easy to recognize our veterans as active duty service members who are very visible due to our ongoing operations overseas. However, the majority of veterans we honor today no longer actively serve wearing a military uniform. Many have gone on to become our teachers, police officers, firemen, and neighbors. Whether they wear the military uniform today or wore it decades ago, veterans represent an unwavering dedication and exemplify the highest ideals of service to our nation. We recognize that all our veterans have given something of themselves to this country, and some have given all, laying down their lives to defend the freedoms we hold so dear. This morning, as we reflect on the blessings of our liberty, we pray that we may be faithful stewards of the freedom that we've been granted. Let us never forget that we cannot rightfully celebrate the joy of our freedom without remembering the great price paid for that freedom. We must never forget the eternal debt we owe to the untold number of American veterans who chose to set aside their personal ambitions and dreams to assure the well-being of our great nation. May we always be humbly grateful to those brave American patriots who suffered and sacrificed for the glory of God and for the freedom of all Americans. For those soldiers who have stood guard in peacetime and those who have seen the terror, the horror, and inhumanity of combat, and for those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, let it always be remembered that our soldiers have been there for America, defending the Constitution of the United States. To all our veterans here today, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and National Guard, we have a simple yet heartfelt message: thank you. Thank you for your unwavering service in peacetime and war here in this nation and throughout the world. For all veterans, regardless of their service and the era which they have served, have paid a price time and time again. They've defended America through both the best and worst of times, and they've performed their duties tirelessly with little recognition or fanfare. They've sought neither fortune nor fame. It was merely a simple love of America and the freedoms we all cherish so much. Finally, in closing, I'd like to talk to you about service to your country and community. I personally always felt it was an honor to serve my country, and I continue to serve today, not in the military, but in my community, and I would encourage you all to do the same. I know there are many mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, family and friends who come here this morning to honor our veterans who already volunteer. But I would encourage you to continue to honor the brave men and women who serve by volunteering your services to any number of local endeavors. The American Legion, the VFW, Disabled American Veterans, or even consider joining the Lebanon Veterans Advisory Council, where we'd be glad to accept help in presenting programs like this one, or the Lebanon Memorial Day Parade, for example. We can all make a difference in our community, and what better way can we as Americans show our children how to live their lives than by serving others? Our veterans have shown us the importance of serving our country. Thank you all again for being here this morning in celebration for our veterans and with our veterans. And God bless you. God bless the soldiers and veterans, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.